Year 10s, this is Miss Garrett. How are you? I'm hoping you are all well rested and ready for the term ahead. We will continue our lessons with videos. I'm going to try my best to try and make it as simple yet informative as possible. Not too difficult, but definitely challenging. So let me know if there's anything you would like for me to include, what works best for you, what doesn't. Just give me some feedback so I can help you basically. Okay, so today's lesson is on Marxism and the family's role in society. We know the Marxist perspective is a conflict theory. So already we know there is some sort of issue with this agent of socialization, which is the family. Okay, so your do it now is on the board. Make sure you are justifying every time you have an answer. Have a look at the image. What do you think it portrays? What do you think it really means? Please pause the video and resume when you are finished. So, some systems to remember for our videos. Every time I have an orange highlighter or an orange box, it literally means I am giving you a clue. Okay, I want you to expand on your thought. I want you to challenge yourself. I want you to elaborate or build on your answer. If there is a green pencil, that icon indicates that you need to self-assess. Okay, your AO1, AO2 and AO3 should be at the top of each title, just so you know what you are doing or what I am giving you for you to be able to do. Okay, pause. Karl Marx. Now, this is your AO1. It is simple content. The ruling class and the capitalist systems are sources of exploitation. The ruling class has created myths to support their idea that capitalism is the most efficient, effective and productive system for providing for the needs of society. The norms and values, now you need to remember, it is trickled down. As a Marxist thinker, the norms and values are trickled down from the ruling class onto the working class to keep the working class doing what they are doing, which is being exploited and okay with it. Okay, now this capitalist oppression serves the needs of society, because then you will always have the ruling class having an easier life. Okay, now because society as it is now, our capitalist society, isn't too difficult, it's not too uncomfortable, that we are not pushing ourselves for a revolution. Now, the norms and values also promoted in the families, in your primary socialization, also teaches you not to really go against the system. Okay, that is then enforced in schools. So in your secondary socialization, make sure you're listening to people in authoritative figures so that you don't rebel. We don't want a rebellion. The capitalist society doesn't want a rebellion. The capitalist society does not want a revolution. Whereas Karl Marx and your Marxist thinkers all believe that there needs to be a revolution. Now, when you look at the superstructure and the economic base, the superstructure, there are all the agents within our society that make the big decisions. The superstructure basically tells us how to live our lives directly or indirectly. Okay, the base is us. The base is the working class. Without the base, the superstructure merely cannot work, but they work hand in hand. Okay, if anybody wants any more elaboration on that, do let me know. Frederick Engels. Now, this is AO1, so this is your knowledge and understanding or your application, depending on how you use it in your essays, okay? Engels believed that the development of private property necessitated the development of the monogamous family, which would help to ensure that men's private property would be inherited by their own biological descendants. Okay, now you need to remember within our laws and within just tradition, usually the name and just even when you get married, the name of the man is given to the lady. Okay, and where that alone shows that the property and inheritance goes to the boy first. It always usually goes to the boy first. I'm hoping this is making sense. I've tried to summarize it as much as possible for you. Now, Zaretsky is one of our main sociologists when it comes to families and Marxist belief, okay? So Marxists believe that the socialization process in the family results in the transmission of a ruling class ideology whereby individuals are deceived into accepting the capitalist system and the dominance of the capitalist class. Children are encouraged to accept parental authority and then authority from there on, okay? This is why we listen to people in uniform, for example. So even if you didn't know that somebody was in an authoritative position, you would simply buy their uniform, okay? The growth of the home-centered family life encourages concentration on private concerns and moderate mainstream political views at the expense of a wider loyalty to one's workmates and active radical engagement with political issues. As the family operates as a unit of consumption, it can be targeted by advertisers to encourage the increase in purchase of goods and services upon which the continuing profitability of capitalist industries depends. So, neo-Marxist basically means new Marxists. These are Marxists more who are looking at our modern day society. So neo-Marxist approaches to the family, Louis Althusser. Althusser, you should remember from the education topic. Althusser was a French Marxist closely associated with a debate among neo-Marxists about the role of the state under capitalism. If you remember ideological state apparatus and repressive state apparatus, they are both Althusser's thinking, they're both his ideas, but you need to remember that Althusser was an armchair sociologist. And what I mean when I say that is that he hasn't really got any studies or conducted any experiments to test out his theory. Okay? Althusser saw the family as an institution that supports capitalism in similar ways to the church and school. As an agent of social control over its members, particularly children, it contains potential rebellion against or criticism of the capitalist status quo. For example, parents encouraging homework and doing well at school could be interpreted as passing on ideological messages about the virtues of individual hard work and competition. Althusser offers an uncompromising view of capitalist society that is strongly rooted in traditional critical approaches. Now, I'm hoping what you are doing as we are going through this is taking notes. For each sociologist, I would like for you to do a study card so that you can test yourself. This will be really good if you're at home with your parent or carer, your brother or your sister. On one side, you will have your sociologist, okay? And on the other side, you will have all of that information you need, okay? Now, can you please create a spider diagram on just the basics, on just Marxist belief of what the role of the family is? Pause this video, please. Now, make sure you've got a green pen. Marxist view of the family. We've got evolution of the family, socialization, domestic work, safety valve, less likely to strike, and unit of consumption. Now, when we talk about the evolution of the family, according to Engels, the nuclear family emerged with the emergence of private property. You need to remember, when we were going through pre-industrial times and then industrial times and etc., our families have changed. Our family types have changed. We used to have big extended families because pretty much everyone in the family used to go out to work, especially when we used to work in the farms. The more people, the better, okay? Because we have then more hands. When it comes to, for example, less likely to strike, Marxists claim that family responsibilities make male workers far less likely to strike or get involved in political activity. This serves capitalism as male workers become less likely to oppose the system or try to change it. Let's say you've had a really, really, really difficult time at work. Let's say your manager has been absolutely horrible. They have embarrassed you in front of everybody else, and that anger you take with you. You want to strike, you want to say something, you want to act out, and sometimes you go home thinking, right, that's it, I'm leaving, I'm going to leave this, I'm going to do better, I'm going to get home. And your lovely wife is at home, she's already sorted out the kids, she's already prepared dinner, she runs a warm bath for you. Okay, and this is where your warm bath theory will come in handy as well. She runs a warm bath for you, and you bathe, and you have time to relax, and you have time to rest, and you have time to vent to her. And then you do the same job the next day, feeling a little bit better. Okay, this is where, and this is how the family stops you, or stops the man from revolting against his employer. Okay, please make sure you are green penning your answers. Pause this video if you have to. Now, what I want you to do is have a look at this image. Do you think family life makes us too contented to fight for change? I want you to think about a working day, evening, night. Your clue is there. I've kind of just given it to you. There is a key word, and there is a key sociologist who said it. Okay? Capitalism isn't working, another world is possible. So why are we not in that world yet? Please pause this video for you to write your answers down. Make sure you are justifying what you believe. Finally, as an evaluation, I've got one, you are going to come up with the rest. Marxist theories of the role of family as a mechanism of oppression are a useful tool to criticize the functionalist view, however. Now, we already know when we look at the functionalist view, we can critique it with the fact that they have rose-tinted glasses, and that's the way they view society. They view society as an organic analogy where every system and every agent works hand in hand, just the way you would with your body. Okay, all of your organs serve a purpose. All of your organs have a vital role in continuing your body to work like clockwork. If the family is built to protect private property and capitalism, why do the poor and the working class support family life? Why do we not revolt? Why do we not make a change for ourselves? Because actually, if you think about it, there are more working class people than there are ruling class. So why are we not making a change? I want you to pick out 4 other evaluative points for Marxist perspective. Now, this could be in support for, or it could be as a comparison or a weakness. Okay. Do let me know what you think. Make sure you have taken notes throughout. Make sure you are making your study cards, because those study cards will be so useful for you at the end of year 11 when you are trying to revise. And so instead of bombarding yourself with information at the end of the year and trying to revise and cram, because we know that doesn't work, please make sure you are making your study cards now. Okay. If you have any questions, do let me know. Have a